Hello, water signs. Welcome to your weekly oracle messages. As always, keep in mind that this is only a general reading. Always take what it feels right and with what does resonate within your own life experiences during this time. And if you would like a personal reading with me, please contact me through the email I put in the description box below. Or if you would like to donate and support my channel, you can also do so by following the PayPal link, which is also down below, and as well my Facebook and Instagram page. So water signs, I do feel like in common for all three of you during this week, there's an energy about release, about liberation, or about breaking free of certain, conditions or bonds even that have been, in a way, held back your life or held back your progress. I feel like for some of you, this is about relationships. For others of you, this is about chains, circumstances in your life, obligations in your life that have left you feeling right imprisoned by those responsibilities, like contracts, debt, those type of things. I do feel like some of you are having a breakthrough during this period of time, which might be uplifting, and it's like a much needed moment of some of you being able to recover some of your breath. I feel like others of you have a lot going on, but it's like it's not at all together a harmonious energy, so it's very up there in the air. And I think that some of you want to feel more in control of your lives by clearing out what's taking that control out, right? So I think that some of you need to recover some of your control through taking the necessary measures to allow things to leave your life. I feel like some of you water signs don't feel comfortable in allowing things to go out, or to invite situations that are not good for you, to show them the way out. I feel like some of you are a little bit kind of resisting this energy of having to have an uncomfortable conversation, or having to come to a point of breaking apart with something that has been a part of your lives. I do feel like compromise as well is needed between some of your relationships for water signs. Some of your relationships, though, for others of you, that this is not about completely breaking them apart. I think that there's, though, a need, especially for relationships that are too codependent, or where there's a lot of power struggles. There's a need to make profound changes, though, in those relationships in terms of the foundations in which they are based. Because if those changes are not done or actualized, yes, there might be a risk for some of them to crumble, because I think that some of you may feel like you can't be your true selves amongst some of your closest relationships. For Cancer, I do feel like you're being called to explore possibilities. This is one of my favorite cards in this oracle deck. This is called Possibilities, and it's the Two of Fire. And I think that some of you, again, are being called to leave the nest. Now, the nest could be about your familiar ways, your usual ways, your safe zone, your boundaries, things that you have become, saddled with, and to explore what's out there, especially for Cancer energy that has been, again, feeling stuck or feeling quite restless or unsatisfied with how, your life is going. This could also be talking about an urge to do things differently, again, to go out to different places, to hang out with different people, to change something about yourself, change something about, the image of your business, or the way you present and express your ideas. You're being invited to explore, many different things that are out there, to not stick with just one way of doing things, because I think that just being one-sided currently for Cancer energy may actually go against the possibilities of growth and happiness that some of you are as well undergoing. I think that some of you are being, you're receiving good things, but you need to take them to the higher, to the next step, to the next stage of experience. You can't just settle with them. I feel like some of you might have new friendships, new associations, new groups, new people coming into your life. There might be some reasons to celebrate as well this week, especially again by joining with your soul tribe, with family, with people that are you are really able to connect at a profound level. Even though I also feel like some of you could be going, again, touching in the initial point of the general message for all of you. Some of you could be having issues with friendships or groups that are keeping you down, or where you feel like you can't explore or you can't do something different. I feel like some of you, there might be some power struggles, some, let's say, disaccords, a lack of understanding, lack of respect for differences of ideas, ideologies, things like that. There might be some energy with groups that might bring conflict. Some of you might want a change of scenario, with those friends and groups, or you may want to just do something different, or you're being asked as well to go a little bit out of your usual ways and meet halfway with people. But I also think that this could just be pointing out for some of you Cancers to not be afraid to release, the old ways and experiment new things. It's like a very experimental phase or week energy where, what's different, what's unusual, it's kind of what's going to bring you the best luck. For Scorpio energy, there's a little bit of a disruption here. I think that some of you are trying to understand the picture, trying to understand why things are happening the way they are, why you're feeling the way you are feeling. I think that some of you are going through some challenging, right? Emotionally challenging time, or it's just there's something missing for some of you in terms of understanding that might create a sense of, again, disruption. I think that some of you want to be in harmony with who you are, how you're feeling, how you're out there in the world, how you are relating. But there's always, I feel like for some of you, there's this sensation that there's always something that, in order for you to get something, you always need to destroy something else, or something else needs to be destroyed. It's like a feeling like, for some of you during this time, that you're doomed if you do or if you don't. I feel like some of you may have a shakeup of some sorts that it's meant to as well. For some of you Scorpios that have been a little bit, that have been controlling or suppressing your feelings, I feel like some of you might have a shakeup to awaken you, right? To your need to release those feelings, negative ones that might be kind of bringing you down, because this is the isolation card. And as you can see, this is all about melting the ice that has been causing grief, loneliness, distance, disconnection. I feel like some of you feel lonely or feel alone or feel heartbroken by something, either of the past, or something is triggered during this week that might bring those feelings of absence or separation to the positive aspect of life, right? There might be a trigger of some sorts that puts you in this energy. But I feel like what's going on here is like some of you just need to release tears, actually tears, need to cry, need to put it all out, need to actively do things to, explore, right, the domains of experiences, feelings you're holding on to, or that you are kind of stuck on. It's like acknowledge those as a part of your process, as a part of the journey, as not something, not beating yourself down as something that's wrong or something, in which you are unfortunate. It's something that makes you like an unfortunate person. It's actually accepting whatever you are feeling and being okay, right? Accepting that it is okay to not be okay. And I think that some of you are not okay with this. you're not okay with how you are feeling, or you're not okay with something that is making you feel sad or alone or separated from something. I feel like some of you are separated, right, from, it's like the course of a situation. There has been like a some sort of disruption in it, right? It might be temporary or not, but the thing is, I think that some of you, that there was a process, there was kind of how you say, it was not continued, and this it's like this abrupt interference of some sorts, or delay of things that were kind of a process and a journey happening, and things coming together as they should. This might be worrying you, of course, during this period of time. But I feel like this is a week to explore feelings of course, of lack, of grief, of inadequacy, of being alone, of not having, right, what you most want to. Because I think that some of you have been creating walls of defense against those feelings that have come to a point where there's so much you can take, right? There's so much you can, there's so, it's like we can only be, as humans, right, and as feeling, having all those feelings that shape us, shape our humanity. There's so much you can take. There's so much strength you can have to control feelings. So I think that this is a week that, yes, there might be some negative projections or negative experiences, but actually this is about release. This is about things that are harming you on the inside, needing to be acknowledged, so they can be free from your system, and so you can have or a new beginning, or you can keep continuing on this journey of purpose some of you are going through. For Pisces, I do feel like you are receiving blessings of love. There's something here about Pisces during this week really being in love. There's a sense of there might be surprises with relationships, right? Receiving a gift from a loved one, receiving a gift of love, finding new love, or finding just as well unusual happy, uplifting experiences with love. I think that some of you have a new cycle going on in relationships, in affection, in receiving love. It's like receiving a well-deserved love experience or lover to your life. I think that some of you might be involved with people that are somehow unusual as well during this period of time, or attracted to unusual types, people that usually you wouldn't feel as attracted to, or as that you wouldn't necessarily see yourself as in a relationship or falling in love with. And I think that aside of just the fact of falling in love, it could be just about you and this complete new cycle that you are beginning in terms of how you relate with others, how you see relationships, how you allow, right, the differences in relationship to be a source of inspiration and not a source of how you say, a source of challenge, or a source of something, to push you away from things that bother you. I think that there's happiness, and there's actually a sense of you starting over in a complete new way, though. It's like reinventing everything about love and relationships in your life. I also feel like this is about feeling happy within your soul, feeling cleansed of something. I feel like some of you are free of something that maybe has been emotionally draining or emotionally difficult. I think that there's something that is purified in your energy, that it's exactly what is allowing, this reception of new energy, of new love, of a new concept, right, of love, and feeling lighter. I feel like some of you are most likely during this week are feeling quite lighthearted, or going to feel like you are filled with light. You're seeing the light in others as well. Some of you are just very, you know, you don't care anymore. I think that some of you are coming to a point where you don't care anymore with so many things that used to take you down or used to be important to you. I think that some of you are really cutting off BS, right? Things that are completely, you know, just excuses we hold on to keep us from love, to keep us from bonding, right, in a soulful way. Because even if this is not about romantic relationships, this is about an experience where you are meeting people, talking to them, looking to them from a heart to heart connection. And I think that this is a source of change for the better and inspiration as well for your week. So I hope you have a great week ahead. Thank you so much for all of you that have been liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting to my channel. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And hopefully we'll see each other soon.